prayer to me is the best when the heart is having a vacuum. Vacuum means nothing in the heart, no demands in our heart. I want nothing from God. I want nothing whatsoever. But God, don't deny me you. Three sittings to me are preparing us in many ways, you see. It's like an orientation. One session is how we are taught how to meditate. Second is how to offer ourselves and undergo the process of cleaning. And third is how to offer the prayer to the Lord. In meditation, how to receive this transmission that we all talk about, see, how to prepare our heart. So the preceptor or the trainer does a spiritual work on us so that we are enabled to receive the transmission whenever our heart calls for it. See, after that it becomes very automatic. For example, Celeste, that you felt like having a meditation session at 2 o'clock in the morning on your own, and you say, okay, let me sit and invoke this transmission, and it will come. It is because of that 3 introductory sessions. Second thing is it connects with the source. Third thing is when we do our evening cleaning process, it prepares us how to do this cleaning. That means whenever I make a suggestion to myself that may all these complexities and impurities be removed, it starts working. So we are somehow enabled to command ourselves so that we become simpler and purer each time we undergo this process of cleaning. See? And prayer to me, in Sahaj Marg, in a heartfulness way, we are not asking God for anything. See, we are only saying, my Lord, you are my goal. What is preventing me from attaining that is my own desires. They are preventing me. And you are the only solution. You are the only power. You are the only, God who can help me out of this situation. So we have the goal, and we do recognize what is preventing us. And we also recognize the role of the Lord in our life. And we move on like that. The prayer to me is the best when the heart is having a vacuum. Vacuum means nothing in the heart, no demands in our heart. I want nothing from God. I want nothing whatsoever. But God, don't deny me you. That's all. And when we create that infinity or vacuum of that nature, it automatically descends. When we have only a small vacuum, how much can you invite? And if you consider God as an infinity, we will have to create infinite vacuum in our heart. You cannot tolerate a single most of our deviation that can fill up the heart with rubbish. Even so-called passionate love or passionate bhakti will also interfere. But those are the means in the beginning. We don't stop them. Even this meditation that we are doing, in the end, will become the barrier. But we will come to that later. But let us use meditation as a means until we reach there. And we say goodbye even to meditation. Everything must drop at some point in our journey. And you will know when you have reached that level, you will definitely know it. Well, there are many situations we remain merely witnesses. Even when political, powerful people cannot change certain flow of events, how are we going to change it? Unless, of course, each human being has developed to that level of evolution. Only then that's going to happen. And even in a small family, you have so many differences of opinions. And just on drop of hat, you are able to divorce the person for whom you were crying once upon a time. To me, all these small episodes are another example that how humanity is drifting away because of selfishness, greed. Greed is on top of the list. More than greed, there is ego there playing havoc. Moment you have difference of opinions, even with the loved ones, even with your own son or daughter, you get headache. You may not shout at them, but you go into some sort of questioning attitude. Why my son is behaving like this, or why my daughter or daughter-in-law is behaving like this. So this friction, they are the results of two fundamental things. Ego clash, and you can see Putin. You don't have to be a spiritual person to analyze his psychology. The moment you look at his face and what you see is the creaking ego. Similarly, the desires, overwhelming desires amongst the family members, one pulling in one side, another pulling on another side. And these both are due to lack of understanding, lack of wisdom, lack of foresight. And all this can be overcome simply by trying to understand what is the purpose of my existence? Why am I here? Where am I going? Am I contributing something towards my evolution, towards my destination? When we exercise all these things, then all the unnecessary baggage, unnecessary activities will drop off. See, this is very easy to talk, but you explain this to a person who is not interested in spirituality, they would think, oh, you are just theoretical, you are just philosophical. They don't make any sense out of it. When we meditate with closed eyes, many people question, what are you contributing to the society with your closed eyes? How to explain such things? The magic that happens when you close your eyes and meditate, first thing that happens is you become very sensitive. Sensitive to what is good, what is bad. You are easily able to pick up and implement that in real life. Even in the business world, what I should be doing, what I should not be doing. All those things come up. In relationship also, in family life too, meditation teaches us, first of all, how to accept each other. Forget the word tolerance. Tolerance is a boring word. Imagine you telling your wife, honey, I tolerate you. She will not like it. But the moment you say, I love you, I accept you the way you are, it's a greater level of understanding and it shows your character. So acceptance is the key again. But how are we going to perceive all these things unless and until you are sensitized through meditations? So we offer meditation, and that too at no charge. All are welcome. Nobody will be charged ever for this heartfulness way of meditation. We always ask whether this meditation will solve my problems, material as well as spiritual, bhautik as well as adhyatmic. I very confidently say that our goal will be attained, achieved when we practice meditation with whole heart. As long as the goal is in mind, the highest, and there is God realization. And a person who is committed to all these things rarely worries about what happens in life. He simply or she simply witnesses all that is happening in life. It is very difficult to analyze something that would have happened without meditation, and somehow life passes because of meditation. Because you are only one person. One person cannot go through the two experiments at the same time. But my experience shows that where I was supposed to have a gun shot on my head, instead of that, it will just hurt my head and move away. Do you understand this much? Instead of falling, try with so much of problems in life. Not all problems will go away, but God will give you enough of strength to go through the problems. So there is a big difference whether the problem will be solved or not. Maybe, may not be, but you will be sailing through all these issues with a calmer and most comfortable situation. Karma phalas cannot be avoided, true. But some adjustments because of yogic powers can always are made. Nature makes an exception. For example, if the wealth becomes a problem for you, and because of the wealth you are not able to grow spiritually, it will be reduced. Perhaps some of you might be scared. But at the same time, if because of the lack of wealth, lack of health also, if your spiritual progress is slowing down, then the nature will adjust the flow of health as well as the wealth. So anything that we do towards a spiritual evolution, nature will always help us. There is no real secret behind all these things. What drives all of us, what drove our ancestors pursuing spirituality, is their interest, keen interest. I think it's the interest that drives us all, some aspiration that yes, I like to become better and better and better in everything that I do. If you want to remain the way you are from birth till the end, aging will take over. But without any real inner transformations, aging cannot be avoided, but evolution can be accelerated with our own will. And that is the difference between the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, and the dimensions above the human life, where evolution is natural and automatic below the human life. Plant follows the natural law, animals also follow the natural law of evolution. But for human beings, it is left up to their will, meaning their level of interest. Some people move very fast in the field of consciousness. Some people have retrograde movement, they go backward by choice. And later on, when we enter the angelic realm, again it follows the natural trend. So this bracket that we have between the animal and the angelic world is full of freedom left to our own will, our own interest. So if we have interest, I think a lot of things can happen. Without interest, God will not interfere. If you don't have interest, God will say, okay, take your time. I can wait and wait and wait.